Hey guys, welcome or welcome back. My name is Alexandria, and on this channel, we love all things that smell good, from candles to body lotions, body oils, body creams, and of course, perfume. If that's your vibe, I invite you to subscribe to the channel, and let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so today's video is none other than a good old-fashioned perfume haul. I have fragrances that run from Middle Eastern to designer to a few niche, a couple of body sprays, and even a celebrity fragrance. So I'm really excited. I love haul videos. These are my favorite type of videos to watch on YouTube because I like to see what y'all be getting. And now I have something to share as well. So if you're interested in looking at what I've purchased recently within the last month or so, stay tuned. Where should we start? I have quite a bit of fragrances to go over. I think I have, was it 13 of them? So bear with me. It's going to be a little bit of a longer video. Let's start with sniff. Yeah, let's start with my sniff perfume. This is called Heal the Way, and this is the collaboration with Alex L. This literally took me a month and some change to receive. I think I ordered it sometime back in like middle of April, and I didn't receive it until like middle of May. And it was on backward because I think it sold out during the first kind of release of it. And I was annoyed and upset because I was seeing everyone talk about it and I was like, damn, where's my order at? But it finally made its way to my doorstep, so here it is. So Sniff the Way is a vanilla pistachio woody fragrance, and it really is just that. If you're familiar with the Kayali Yum Gelato Pistachio fragrance, it is very different because I feel like that Yum Pistachio is very citrus forward, where this is definitely more of a vanilla, woodier type of pistachio. And the name Heal the Way is very fitting for it because it's very comforting. It's not one that requires too much thought. I definitely would see myself just wearing this in the house without kind of, thinking too much or taking myself too seriously. Really kind of meant just to kind of relax and keep your body at ease, and you're, reading a book, watching TV, just overall relaxing. I think there's a note of Palo Santo in here as well, which I kind of do pick up, but for me, it does translate more into like a woodier accord. I think the Palo Santo and the Divana note that's listed in here give it that really kind of woodiness that really grounds that vanilla and pistachio that allows it not to become too sweet, but also it's not going to be too masculine. This is like the perfect unisex pistachio in my opinion. It's just a really good scent. It just makes me like, I feel grounded. I feel at peace. I feel very tranquil when I smell this. And I think that was the intention behind it. So if you haven't definitely tried out Heal the Way, definitely check this out. I do believe that they are fully back in stock now on the Sniff website. I'll put all the links in the description below. Okay guys, I'm back. I had to step away for a few hours to run a couple of errands, but I'm picking up where we left off in our haul. So the next fragrance that I purchased in the month of May is going to be Valentino's Donna Born Aroma Green Extravaganza. So when I first picked this up, I purchased it because green is my favorite color and I like the bottles from this collection, and I own 3 others from this collection as well, so I want to add another one. But the fragrance itself was not anything that I found to be groundbreaking or worth all the hype that I was hearing about. It was not until 2 weeks after I purchased, I revisited, and it was a completely different fragrance from when I first smelled it. When I first smelled it, it was very generic, very boring, very designer-esque, if you will. When I smell it today, it is extremely refreshing, very tea forward, very fruity, but also very light. It has notes of green tea, jasmine, and vanilla, and you literally smell every single one of those notes. When I first smelled it, I did not feel like I smelled anything in here that was resembled on the note structure. It just smelled like a very just perfume, like a very generic designer perfume. But now I can actually smell literally every single note, and I love this one. Out of all the Donna Born Aroma flankers that I own, this has to be my favorite. When I finish this bottle, I will absolutely be purchasing the 100 ml because I can see this being something that I would continuously use throughout the year, especially in the spring and summertime. Yeah, it's just very like it's a very likable scent. It's nothing that's like groundbreaking or anything that you have not smelled before, but I would say out of the flankers for this collection, it's one of the more unique smelling ones. And yeah, I cannot see anyone smelling this and being offended or not liking it. It's just a really easy grab fragrance to have. Yeah, this smells really good. So let me ask you if you have smelled any of the Donna Born Aroma flankers. I think there's the original, there's the Intense, there is the Coral Fantasy, the Yellow Dream, the Double P, Pink Double P one, and then now the Green Extravaganza. Which one out of that collection is your favorite? Let me know in the comments below. And that was Valentino Born and Donna Born Aroma Green Extravaganza. Next up is going to be Steve Madden's Goldie. This recently was launched last month, I believe. And I realized at the store I was at actually had a fragrance section. And I wasn't expecting to purchase anything, but I saw this guy here for like $30 and I knew it was a new release, so I just picked it up. Without knowing anything about it, I didn't look up any of the notes online. I have not heard anyone talk about this, so it truly was a blind buy. And so when I got home, I sprayed it and I did not like it. It was not my favorite at all. This is an extremely sandalwood forward fragrance. So the notes are bergamot, violet leaves, pear, jasmine, marigold, gardenia, musk, sandalwood, and amberwood. But I don't get any of those notes. I only get pure sandalwood. If you have smelt Santal 33 by Le Labo, this is a perfect dupe of just that. It is extremely sandalwood forward. So if that's your jam, then by all means get your nose on this. It was, I think I paid like $30 for this. It wasn't worth, it wasn't me breaking the bank, but it's just too sandalwood for me to the point where it almost smells like pickles and wood and pencil shavings. And that's not just what I want to smell like right now. So I do enjoy sandalwood fragrances. Piano Santal is like one of my favorites. And I like Greenery Santal by Dries Van Noten. I love that fragrance too, but this is just a bit too of that much like sandalwood where it has like that pickle kind of undertone, and I don't want to walk around smelling like a deli. So I think I'm gonna just kind of put this one to the side. I might revisit it. Maybe it might have might sit better with me in a different time of the year, like maybe in the fall. But right now in this hot weather, this just smells like I'm a deli sandwich at Subway. And I prefer not to smell like that. Let me know in the comments if you've gotten your nose on Goldie by Steve Madden and if you find it very pickly smelling or if you actually do enjoy it. And this was Goldie by Steve Madden. Okay, so next up in the haul is probably, let's see, this is one of my favorite pickups from this month, and it is from Maison Alhambra. This is Niche Royal Vert. And I've heard a couple other YouTubers talk about this. It's meant to be, I believe, a dupe for Giorgio Armani's Malachite Vert, I think. I'm not sure exactly, but listen, look at this dent. This dent is not even from me. Mind you, I've only had this for a month. This dent is from my boyfriend. My boyfriend loves this scent. This is 100% unisex. Oh my goodness. Now listen, you have to like white florals that are woody, a little bit salty, and a little bit foamy. I need to look to see exactly what the notes are in here, but it's not listed on Fragrantica. I wonder if there's like a way of being able to submit fragrances that need to be added to their database. Because I feel like this is pretty popular where it would be in the database by now, but let me see if I can find the notes for you guys real quick. Okay, so I wasn't able to find the exact notes for this version, but I do have the notes pulled up for the Giorgio Armani Malachite Vert, or the Vert Malachite one. So the top notes are bitter orange and petitgrain, jasmine sambac, ylang ylang, pink pepper, lily, vanilla, and benzoin. And I would say in the opening, I definitely get that bright citrus from the orange, but it's also extremely green and very earthy from that petitgrain. And petitgrain is a either you love it or you hate it type of note. And for me, I love petitgrain in my fragrances. I love very earthy, very green forward smelling fragrances. And this literally just kind of checks every single on my list. It's bright from that citrus, but it's also really earthy and green from the petitgrain. And then it has this beautiful array of florals with the combination of the jasmine and the ylang ylang. It's a little bit spicy from that pink pepper. You definitely pick up on that pink pepper where it has a little bit of that kick in there. And then the lily, vanilla, and benzoin just kind of round it out where it has a little bit of cushioning to land on. This smells a little bit foamy, right? Again, I always talk about textures. And when I smell this, it really just kind of reminds me of like a big foamy, like you're in the kind of swamps, like a swamp area. Think of like the bayous of Louisiana. And, it's you're surrounded by all the marsh, but you smell like the vegetation, but there's like someone baking beignets down the road from you. It's very green, but also very sweet. And 100% unisex, again, not all from me. This is a combination of both of us, and he loves it. And it smells different on both of us. On his skin, it gets very, very woodsy and very green. On my skin, a lot of that vanilla and benzoin really kind of shines through and comes through, and it wears a lot lighter on my skin. This is a fragrance that you could absolutely wear any time of the year. I've not smelled the Giorgio Armani one, so I cannot say or speak directly to how it compares. But if it smells anything like this, then I love that fragrance too. And this is at a fraction of the price. I think I picked this up for like maybe $40 somewhere online. I'll add the link at the bottom. But this is such a good fragrance, and it lasts for quite a long time too. The projection really kind of varies on how much you spray. Like if you overspray like me, you can definitely have that monster sillage, but it also wears nice, like very quietly. If you're just kind of doing a couple of spritz here and there, 100% office appropriate in my opinion. Again, this fragrance wears really well in any type of setting in my opinion. Wear this to dinner, you can wear this to the office, you can wear this running errands. You're going to smell very put together. You know who you are, you're going to feel confident, and yeah. So let me know if you have tried either this version or if you tried the Giorgio Armani version, and let me know if they smell very similar in your opinion or not. Okay, so keeping in line with another Middle Eastern fragrance I picked up, this is Infinity Musk by Maison Alhambra. So this is not the actual bottle that I purchased this month. I actually purchased a backup because this was really, really hard to find at one point, and I came across a great deal online, so I purchased another bottle. But this is meant to be a dupe to Initio's Musk Therapy, which is hands down one of the best smelling musk fragrances in the market, in my opinion. But that price tag is a little crazy, and I like fragrances, and so I have to pick and choose which ones I really want to fully invest in versus ones where I can kind of, settle for a version of it. And having been able to smell both of them, this is a pretty decent dupe for it. So this just smells so clean and so put together and so ethereal, so fresh. Like if you just want to smell hella good, like know you smell good, this is the fragrance for you. I picked this up for about $25 online. I'll see if they still have some available, and I'll make sure I'll add it to the description box. But Infinity Musk is just one of those fragrances that really just kind of allows you to move throughout the day without feeling like you have to constantly respray or check if you smell good. Once you put this on, it's going to last throughout the entire wear of the day. At least for me, it does. I would say it probably got maybe about out of 7 to 8 hours, and that's from like waking up to going to work and then coming back home. This just smells so fresh. It smells so good. Just a little bit of fruitiness, a little bit of sweetness in here. So the notes listed are white musk, blackcurrant, bergamot, mandarin orange, magnolia, white sandalwood, and hedione. I definitely get that black currant in here. That is the sweetness that you're going to be smelling throughout the life of the fragrance. And I feel like those type of notes, that black currant and like those oranges, really pairs well with scents that are musk forward. I don't get much sandalwood, nor do I get any of the kind of actual florals in here, the magnolia, but what I've noticed is that a lot of Initio or Initio-esque inspired fragrances has a note of hedione, and it's so addictive. Like, I feel like that is the secret ingredient to making fragrances smell addictive is hedione. If you like musk, but not that really sharp musk, like the musk that I don't care for are the ones that are like Tiziana Terenzi, where it's super sharp and kind of piercing. I love musk like how it's done here. I even love the musks that are in Narciso Rodriguez as well. It's just very like light, fluffy, easy to wear. You feel good in. It feels like your skin. It just feels very easy to move in. You don't have to overthink it at all. And it has a little bit of fruitiness in there too. I just feel like whenever you have like a fragrance that has like musk in it or has a note that can be kind of a take it or leave it, when you have a certain note to go with it, like a fruity note, it just really helps balance it out. And for this being a dupe version, this is extremely well blended. You don't get any of like, it's not jumbled up or messy. Everything really just kind of feels very balanced and kind of moves together. It doesn't really change too much. It's pretty linear in my opinion. It has monster sillage, like just like Initio, this is going to pack a punch. So definitely spray with caution or don't, just depending on kind of what you're going for that day. I 100% recommend Maison Alhambра's Infinity Musk. Okay, so I also picked up in my haul 2 of the new body sprays from Sol de Janeiro. They released 3 fragrances, but I only picked up these 2 because I felt like these were the 2 that I would actually enjoy. This one is the Caracoa Crush, and this one is the Beijos de Sol. So Beijos de Sol has notes of peach, coconut milk, frangipani petals, and this one has pear, pink violet, and white cedarwood. They do smell very, very different. Beijos de Sol is probably my favorite, only because it's a little bit creamier and a little bit woodier than the Caracoa. This smells so good. This smells like summer. I love this. I'm going on vacation very soon, and I'm definitely bringing both of these with me because this is definitely giving summer vacation, somewhere tropical. Yeah, this smells real good, y'all. Real good. This is super creamy. It has coconut, and I would say out of all the notes listed here, coconut is what I get most. Coconut and frangipani. And for coconut and frangipani to be the kind of dominant notes, it's just imagine a very creamy, decadent, fruity, tropical fragrance. And that's just that. It's not complicated at all. It's just if you want to smell like you're on vacation, this is what I would reach for. If you like more of those kind of creamy, more like tropical flower type of smelling fragrances, Beijos de Sol is definitely the one to go for. And I would say Caracoa Crush is a little bit more of the fruitier, softer, more floral kind of cousin. It's fresh and fruity, but it's not as like thick and dense. This smells good too. Yeah. I feel like this would be a good one to wear when you're at the pool and you just like want to have like a refresher. This smells more like a tropical drink than anything else too. I think it's because of that pear that's in here. It's just very fruity and very floral. These are really super easy ones to wear for the summertime when you're on vacation. Sol de Janeiro has been like doing these releases for like limited edition ones, but the one that I really want to come back is Anita. Bring her back. That's the one that we want. That's the one I care about. You can keep releasing these, that's cool, but I need Anita back because that's my baby. I have a backup bottle that I am basically nursing because I'm afraid to be without it. I will definitely have more to speak on once I actually use them when I go on vacation. So I'll give an update on kind of how these perform because I have yet to fully wear them, but just from smelling them, they smell pretty good. And that was Sol de Janeiro, Beijos de Sol, and Caracoa Crush. Okay, another one that I am bringing on with me on vacation is going to be from Way, and this is their St. Bart's. Now, I actually do own the body scrub and body cream, which I am obsessed with. And so when they release their body spray and hairspray, I immediately purchased this. This is so good. So I believe this has a more kind of a citrus approach to kind of a tropical fragrance. I like fragrances that are tropical without it being too sunscreeny. Like, I feel like there's a time and place for those, but I also want to smell tropical without smelling like suntan lotion. And I feel like these fragrances are doing a really good job of kind of steering away from that and giving us more options that are a little bit more diverse. And St. Bart's is just that. It definitely has a more kind of citrus approach towards that tropical feeling, but it's still very creamy and has a little bit of that kind of tiara, gardenia type of underlying sunscreen smell, but it's not the full breath of the fragrance. So I feel this is a good combination of that type of traditional approach towards vacation scents, but also makes it a little bit more modern with that bright citrus and a coconut that is more creamy than sunscreeny. So I'm excited to try this one out too when I go on vacation. I will definitely give an update on kind of how this one performs along with the Sol de Janeiro body sprays. I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more to go. 5 more to go. Okay, so let's go with Pear Gelato by Theodora's Calotinis. This is my first perfume from this house. When I purchased this bottle, I actually got a sample of powdered cherry or cherry powder, and I'm obsessed with that fragrance. It smells so good. I am definitely ordering myself a full bottle this month, and I'll definitely give a review on that fragrance, but I love cherry powder. I actually wish I would have gotten that one instead of this one because that fragrance to me just has a special place in my heart. It's not for everyone, I get that, but for me, I literally smell it before I go to bed every single night. Like, I have like a very small, like 2 ml little tube that I got from Lucky Scent, and I'm obsessed with it. It smells so good. So Pear Gelato is a summer gourmand. This is bright, fresh, juicy pear with milk, waffle cone, and sugar and vanilla. This literally smells like pear gelato. It is extremely milky. It's probably one of the most milkiest summer gourmand perfumes that I own. And, you know, I have not worn this in the most extreme of heat yet. I will save that for like August and July. But the milk note in here is very noticeable. And so what I've noticed is that with a lot of kind of like lactonic and milky forward fragrances and the heat, it can smell extremely sour. So I am very curious to know kind of how this is going to kind of play in higher temperatures. I'm a little bit nervous about that, but outside of that, it is a very good fragrance. Pear was a note that I was not a huge fan of in the beginning, but now in my fragrance journey, it's one that I really do appreciate and look forward to seeing in a lot of my perfumes. But this literally smells like pear gelato. Like if you were going to the ice cream shop and you went to pick up, you know, ice cream and you want the pear one, scoop it up on a waffle cone. You smell that waffle cone that's freshly baked. You are smelling that extremely milky, lactonic gelato, and it smells like fresh sweet pears. It's very, you know, what you see, what you smell is what you get. What it says is what you get more so. I am excited to try this. I'm just a little bit nervous of how it's going to play in the heat because I don't want to walk around smelling like sour milk. So a little nervous there. So I'll let you know how this one plays out. But cherry powder cherry, whatever, she's getting bought this month. I love their fragrance. It smells so good. It smells so good. Yeah. But let me know if you guys have tried pear gelato or cherry powder. What are your thoughts on those fragrances? I also know there's another one called lemon tart that's pretty popular, and then alluring fig. And so let me know if you have tried those fragrances or if they're worth trying, because I like this house so far. It's very kind of like what it says, like pear gelato, cherry powder, is like what it literally smells like. So I love a brand that kind of, doesn't trick me into what it's gonna smell like. We are making some traction. I think I have like 4 fragrances left. Let's do this travel spray that I picked up again. I am in full preparation for vacation that's coming up. And so Ellis Brooklyn released their newest fragrance called Miami Nectar. And I got this little 10 mLs, kind of test it out. And this is really, really, really good. It actually kind of reminds me some of the body sprays that I have, but a little bit deeper and denser because it is an EDP. This has notes of coconut water and pineapple. There are a ton of white florals in here. I think there's Lily of the Valley and jasmine. I know there is a yellow floral. I think there's ylang ylang, and then there's some moss and some cedar wood or some kind of woodsy at the bottom, amber wood, I think. But this is a really just solid tropical floral fragrance. Once I finish this bottle, I'm definitely picking up the larger bottle because I can definitely see myself wearing this throughout the summer. It's just very refreshing, but very sweet. It almost kind of, it smells like Morph's Decimano. It has that level of coconut, creamy coconut in here that I really just enjoy. This smells so good. Yeah, coconut water wear. This is coconut cream for sure. And that frangipani. Coconut and frangipani are chef's kiss. Like, you can't go wrong with that combination. This is really good. Ellis Brooklyn did a really good job with Miami Nectar. I'm excited to wear this one on vacation. Okay, so next up on the list is going to be from Calvin Klein. This is my Euphoria. And let me tell you something. This bottle is weird. I don't really like it, and it looks really ugly on my shelf of fragrances, but the juice inside is worth keeping this hideous bottle. Okay, so if you're familiar with Carolina Herrera's Very Good Girl, the one that came in the red stiletto, I owned that fragrance at one point, and I absolutely adored it. I love that fragrance. I wore it down. Every time I would go out, that was the one I would wear. But as much as I love that fragrance, the dry down literally pissed me off. I don't know what was in there. I think it was like the rhubarb that was in there that literally just kind of like made me so annoyed when I got to that part of the fragrance that I just ended up decluttering it and I sold on my Macari. The opening though, that opening with the lychee is chef's kiss. It's so good. My Euphoria, which literally gives me that same happy opening brightness that Very Good Girl provided without the horrible dry down. This is the perfect going out date night scent, and it's super inexpensive. I think I paid like $40 for this, and this is a 1.7 50 ml bottle. You cannot say anything wrong or bad about it. It's not, again, groundbreaking or anything that you've never smelled before. It just smells really good and really sexy. If you're going on a date, I promise you, your date is going to find this to be super attractive as well. It's sexy, it's flirty, it's juicy, and it's fruity, but also a little bit spicy and woody as well. This just translates really well at nighttime. Kind of seductive too. Yeah. Wear this with like a black dress and a red lip, a nice cute pair of heels on a night on the town. This is going to definitely hit. This is a good one. I'm excited to kind of wear this more, bring this out in my rotation for date night. It's just good. It smells really delicious. And again, it has that opening that Very Good Girl has that I am obsessed with without that annoying rhubarb dry down. So let me know if you have tried any of the My Euphoria Calvin Klein flankers, but this one right now is my favorite. So this next fragrance that I have has been on my wish list for a very long time. It is a white floral from one of my favorite perfume houses, and that is Homage's Ashore. So if you are a fan of white florals and you are a fan of ozonic profiles, then I recommend you get your nose on this. This is probably one of the safer homages in the collection. This, in a nutshell, is just a very beautiful, white, salty jasmine. It's not indolic, it's not heady, it's just beautiful. I'm easily transported to a place that is surrounded by the most beautiful green blue waters, and there are jasmine planted along the shoreline, and you get a beautiful combination of that salty breeze that's catching some of the scent from the jasmine flowers. This is so beautiful. It's so just perfectly stated. It's not too much, it's not too little. It's right there in the middle, and it's perfectly balanced. This is something that I'm really excited to be wearing this summer as well. I love white florals. I feel like you have to find one that doesn't become too mature or too like old ladyish, but you also want to smell, it's kind of refined. This is what I call my refined perfume, where I want to smell like a grown-up and an adult. I don't want to smell super childish, but I also don't want to smell like I'm older than what I am. And I feel like this is a fragrance that does just that for me. Homage is a house that really just gets it right. I have yet to smell a fragrance from them that I did not appreciate at some level. And this really just makes my heart happy. Yeah, it's just a really beautiful white floral, and I'm excited to have this one in my collection. What are some of the other homage fragrances that you all have smelled that you feel like does not get enough notice or hype here on YouTube? I know Guidance, everyone has talked about that one. And I think there is Overture is another really popular one too. And Sunshine. Sunshine is my baby. I love Sunshine. But what are some other homage fragrances that are definitely needing to receive their flowers, or at least some acknowledgement here on YouTube? Let me know in the comments below. This was Ashore by Homage. Okay, we have made it to the final fragrance in the haul, and this one is from, I think it's Bella Hadid's new fragrance line called Orabella, and the one I picked up is Salted Muse. And kind of say I really like that name, Salted Muse. Like I feel like I like that name. Yeah. The bottles are a little bit kind of funky. I like them because you can kind of like chunk it, like throw it in like your bag, and it's like, you know, there's like not a top where it can fall off. The top is actually kind of hard to take off. Well, it was easy there, but when I first picked it up, I was like struggling on how to open it. Let me tell you something. Out of all of my fragrances that I shared today, this is probably going to be my entire summer staple go-to, because I don't know if you can tell by looking at the fragrance. I think I shook it up too much, but it's a biophase or biphase. I think there's like two parts of solutions in here, and you're supposed to shake it up to kind of like activate it. And you spray it on the skin. It literally melts into your skin, where you feel super hydrated, but you also have a really sexy scent. And there is a note of salt in here, and salt is one of those notes that I don't really care for, but it's done so well. It's so salty and so woody and so sexy. I literally feel like I'm a mermaid, like on the beach somewhere, and just like waiting for, I don't know, a unexpected sailor to come across my way, and I'll seduce him in my siren, you know, spell, whatever. But this is so good. Like imagine like having a super cute like bandeau or bandana top, and your, you know, your neck is showing, your shoulders are out, and you spray this on so your skin's looking super hydrated, super glowy, and then you just smell like just a sexy beach siren. Yes, this is what you need. I'm gonna definitely run through this bottle before the summer ends, and I'll be picking up the larger size. I did smell the other two. I liked the gold one. I forgot what it's called. I might end up picking that one up, but out of the three that were released, I like this one. I only need her to come out with like a body wash and a body lotion so I can get the full kind of like package, but this is going to be a summer staple for me. And to be honest with you, when I first heard about this line coming out, I was kind of like annoyed, because I feel like everybody's coming out, like every celebrity is coming out with like a fragrance. I'm like, okay, what is this gonna do? Who is this for? And I was just so surprised. This smells so good. It's almost, you know what? this smells very unisex. Like it kind of smells like a men's cologne. And I'm finding that I like fragrances that can be very unisex and very kind of like fluid in terms of who's wearing it. And I wear it on my skin, it just makes me feel super sexy. Again, just imagine like just having the best summer glowy skin. Your skin is sun-kissed, it's bronze, you've been out in the sun, and it just translates well. Yeah, I know she snapped on this one. This is definitely a summer staple for me. I'm so excited that she came out with this. And again, it leaves your skin hydrated too, right? Like I can appreciate that because who doesn't love skincare and fragrance mixed into one? But yeah, this is Orebella Salted Muse, and get your nose on it. Okay guys, so that wraps up today's video. I hope you enjoyed this haul. Let me know in the comments what were some of the perfumes that got you excited, or what are some of the perfumes that you picked up recently that you're excited to wear. Until next time, I will catch you later. Oh, and don't forget to please like and subscribe. It's going to help this channel grow. We are almost at 100 subscribers, and I'm so excited for that. Thank you all again for your support. I do appreciate it. See you next time. Bye.